Hello. As you might have noticed, about a week ago I put out a call for your Wonderkids to come into my Discord, post your Wonderkids in a specific channel, and then I would take a look at them and review them. And this is something that I've been looking forward to since I've seen all those Wonderkids pop up in that section of the Discord. I've been preparing myself and... You hear that?
Hello, good to be here. You can call me Ben, or the person that beat Zealand twice in the Streamer Showdown opening weekend. Up to you.
Ah! Well, now that Ben's come crashing into this affair, we're going to go into the section on my Discord and pull out 10 Wonderkids. Ben is going to rate 5, and I'm going to rate 5. And then we are both going to rate each other's ratings of the other 5.
Hello, fans of Zealand and FMBase, or is it the same thing, viewers? Nobody knows today. Who are we supporting here? No, he's a good guy. Let's do this, viewers. I'm ready.
Holy Discord gods! Bring out the first contestant! The first one is my boy, John, sent in by Adam1891. John is very good.
John is very good. Wow, that's why they pay him the big bucks, clearly. Yes, Zealand, yes he is.
I don't know why I was surprised by this, but it seems like every submission I would probably sell my firstborn child to acquire the player themselves. What this means is I'm going to set the scale very high. It'll be nearly impossible to get a 10 off of me, even though Jean is beautiful. John is a forward, which obviously the vast majority of the people that we got submitted to us are advanced half of the field players, but hopefully some of our random selections are going to not be that. We've got a guy that is unbelievably good at dribbling. He is a very good goal scorer. He's got multiple traits that help him. He rounds the keeper, he places shots, and he tries first-time shots. The guy's... he's a... I am not, however, going to say that this player is perfect. His work rate is a little concerningly low, so is his stamina. He's obviously not incredibly large, and unless you're Messi, size matters.
Oh, bit cheeky on it. A little bit, I mean...
His personality could certainly be better. Fairly determined is Either-footedness, though, does help make up for a lot. He's also incredibly consistent. There's no big match thing on either side. And he's only 21, of course, so there's probably room to get even better from here. Terrifyingly. But in terms of best Wonderkids I've ever seen, John gets in 8 out of 10.
He's giving him an 8. I'm giving him an 8.5. Look, come on. We're starting off weak there. Are we allowed to do 0.5s? I don't know what the rules are.
Sure, you always get to make the rules anyways, so. That brings us to number 2. Vladimir's submission of Dimitri Adamek. He's a 19-year-old Serbian left wing who is, well, not quite as good, but offers a different angle. This guy's a free kick specialist. I don't see these types of players on the wing all that often. The problem for Dimitri Adamek is that he's not nearly fast enough to be a world-class pure winger who relies on the left foot all the time. He's just not. He's not a good enough dribbler. He works hard and does the right things off the ball, but you almost get the feeling that this guy should be a center midfielder. He should be a striker. He really should be in a winger. Doesn't make sense to me here. Attacking midfielder, I'll compromise, and he can kind of play that a little bit, but 18 free kick taking will get you a free 7-8 goals throughout the course of a season. So you can't rate this guy too low either. He is certainly somebody that most people would prefer to have, but an interesting type of player that I don't really know how to quantify because he does a lot of things, but he needs a lot of help to be good at the things that he's good at. 5 out of 10. And he gets the 5 for the free kick taking. We're harsh, but fair.
Right then, Adamek. Yeah, you've said 5. I'll also go with a 5. Good, he's a workhorse, you know, you can respect that about him, but that's all he'll ever really be. I think playing him as a left midfielder would be the way to go, rather than a creative midfielder. Just let him plough up and down. Don't let him think about it. Just let him work up and down. You're disgusting. If you've taken that out of context, that's disgusting. I'm a professional, goddammit.
Now it's time for number 3 on the players that I get to rate first. A fella named Sala. He's only 18 years old, submitted by Riddler. who I'm pretty sure is one of the bad guys from Batman, but that's another... Let's look at our boy Sala here. He's only 18, so we have to keep in mind that there's more improvement left in this guy than the other people we've looked at so far. And that being said, as a holding midfield, center midfield type player, he is... Oh, I kind of like this guy. There's a lot left to go. He's not particularly fast, but his work rate and stamina for an 18-year-old are absolutely positively ridiculous. He works hard. He works within the team. He's an crazy good passer. All he needs to do is to continue to get better on the defensive side of the game so he can take the ball off some people. And it looks like his speed is improving a lot already. Brazil knows how to make him, don't they? I think this guy's going to end up being a great all-around player. I think his passing and technique could end up around 18, even 19. I think his long shots will get up to 13 or 14. I think he's going to continue to get very intelligent. His decision-making is going to be in the green. His anticipation is going to be in the green. His concentration and composure are going to be very good. This all hinges on how much more athletic our boy Sala can get. And I'm going to go ahead and put him at a 7, and it hurts because I just think he'll be limited by the fact that he's never going to be even remotely fast. But if you have speed around him, this guy will work hard enough to get himself into the right positions, and he can move the ball as well as anybody in the world once he's fully developed.
Oh, Sala, this boy, pretty good. I've written down in my notes here, determination, a lack of, and that is the only thing that I think holds him back. But for 18, that sort of deep lying playmaker role, I love that. You've said 7. I'm going to go again slightly better. Give him an 8 out of 10, Ben. Go on, there you are. Very good player though, but again, that determination, I want to see him work that a little bit harder. Get him in a mentoring group and let him fly. Oh yeah, mentoring groups, they're a thing. Yeah, everyone uses those, don't they? Not as much as we used to. Yeah, that's right. But for 18, what a talent. Goodness me. And, you know, he's doing really well with FMBase.
This, though, takes us to number 4, which I've been very excited to appraise for a while once we automatically selected all of these things, because the dude's name is Chrysostomos Katsilis. He's German. Ha, gotcha. EG27, congratulations on a fantastic submission. I want you to bring it in. Come on, bring it in. I love Metsalas. He's a Metsala. If there was ever a player that looked like the love child of Benji and I, this would not be that guy, because he's actually athletic. The only thing I can find wrong with him is I wish he was a little better at shooting, but as a Metsala, you need to be crazy athletic, you need to work hard, he's got stamina, work rate in the green on the basic color scheme. He's a great passer. Not only is he incredibly athletic, but his dribbling for a central midfielder is filth. It is filth. I'm gonna mess my hair up talking about this guy. Ben, I know you're going to be reacting to my appraisal of this guy. If you don't give him a 10, I'm going to be personally offended. Personally offended. He's even got 19 free kick taking. If he had 1 on free kicks, I wouldn't even care. But he hits long free kicks. He hits free kicks with power. He has 19 free kick taking. I'm going to lose my mind. I want this player on every team that I ever have until the end of time, because I don't think there would ever be a team where I don't start this guy. Ever. He's even not bad at taking the ball off people. 10. Yes, obviously. 10. 10.
Oh, Katsulis. Now you're going to be... you're not going to like this, Zealand. You've said there, it's got to be a 10. Not where I come from, sunshine. To get a 10 on my list, you've got to at least have a 20 on your attribute card, especially at 23, right? He's almost complete. So again, I'm breaking the rule. I don't know if I'm allowed. We'll do a 9.8. He's very close. If some of those 19s, 18s turn into 20s by the time he's 26, then fair enough. Send me the screenshot and we'll re-rate him. But, yeah, I mean, solid. Come on, solid. He's the dream, isn't he? He's the dream.
And after that excitement, I now have my last person that I get to appraise before Ben. Ha-ha! And that's Christian Westerman. Struble94 submitted Christian Westerman, and I like seeing a center back in here. And while this guy is a very good center back, he actually would not qualify as a great center back in my estimation. Well, when you look at a lot of these attributes, you see that he's strong, you see that he's not bad in the air, he does good work in getting to spots, continuing to work hard throughout the game, and really engaging himself in every challenge. You know, aggression and bravery can make up for a lot, but what sets back Westerman is 6 technique. It's not necessarily that he has a lighthearted personality. That's not the worst. It's that he has 6 technique. This is going to limit his ability to do much of anything when he has the ball. Obviously, he's not very good in the other technical areas. Surprisingly good free kick taker. But he's not really ever going to be even remotely smooth on the field in the way that he executes challenges and the way that he does anything around the ball. And so I think with a lot of these attributes, you take a guy who's 19 years old, who's obviously going to get better, who's lacking in certain areas, give him that 6 technique, and it actually makes him somebody that even when he reaches his full potential, I don't think he would make a 25-man squad for the best clubs in the world. And that being said, and although it feels harsh, 2. But you don't get a 1 when you have 20 aggression.
Westerman. Clunky. That's what I'd describe. Clunky. That's what I'd describe him as. Angry. Strong. I mean, I respect both things about him, but and equally, it's why I'm giving him a 3, not a 2, because I'm terrified of him. You know, he's decent, but the thing that's really, like, you may have even got a 3.5, but the green colours that were on the screenshot, I mean, who's in charge of that? I mean, come on. There's even a Discord message at the bottom right. I mean, it's carnage in this video. But yeah, he is limited, so I've written down 3 out of 10, which I think's fair. This is look, we're doing the best of the best Wonderkids, I feel like, here, and this guy, he's just not cutting it for me. The nicest thing I can say is it'll be a Wonderkid for Hanover. So, you know, 2.5, anyone? Yeah. I mean, again, the orange has annoyed me as well. Am I allowed to rate the Wonderkids based on the attribute colours of the user that sent them in? Is that allowed? Has he purposely given me this one because it's really difficult to pronounce? Mukendi Dahmer, and he's going to do it and he's going to make it look flawless, but he'll have probably rehearsed that. Again, he's a professional.
Fred Mukendi Dahmer. Fred Mukendi Dahmer. Fred Mukendi Dahmer.
20 years of age, French. I mean, very good. I realise I criticised Zealand earlier for saying that, you know, he's very good. He's very good. Well, that's why they pay him the big bucks, clearly. We can all see him there, look, viewers. The termination of 18 off the ball's fantastic as well, and very, very pacey. Needs a little bit more pace. You know, he's challenging with the likes of Kylian Mbappe. 2026, Mbappe's getting a little bit later in his career, and this man, Fred's come on the scene, and we want to see more out of him. Crossing needs to be slightly better, dribbling as well, and that finishing, it's good without being great. Again, he's at Portsmouth. I don't know where you are at this point with Portsmouth. I assume probably sort of Premier League level. Yeah, but it says down there Premier League level. 4 starts, you know, 2 goals, 4 assists. Even you don't start him every game. So, I mean, there it is, look. Mukendi Dahmer. That's actually it, isn't it?
Oh, it's Fred Mukendi Dahmer. Come on.
Just learning it, viewers. Just trying to get that out there now. Pretty lightweight as well. Good without being great. I think we'll put it 4.5. Am I allowed to do 0.5s? I'm still doing them. He's driven. I like that he's driven. Probably by his mum and dad, because he's only 20, bless him.
So Ben's gone 4.5 on my boy Fred here. I'm actually going to go 5. I know Ben's been the kind one, and I've been the... Yeah, but you got to give him 1. He's a classic winger, but I feel like if you use the guy the way that he's intended to be used, with his work rate, with his movement, his determination, and the fact that he's definitely going to get better in technical areas and might even be able to hook up a pass at some point that's not just a wild whipped cross. I think he's lethal. As Ben said earlier, just let him go to work. Just put in a shift in the channel, and I think he's going to be real good for you. You can also train this guy into a complete wingback. I think that would be fun.
Next up, we have Sala, Alalu. Zealand, who sent this in? Because you've not given me... I don't know the names of the... Sorry, we're revealing how unprofessional we are. Was it in the email you sent me? No.
Okay, it's in the email. You want to come at me for him not having the names? They're right here. I put every submission that we picked Discord name. It's right there, Ben. Ben!
All right, 20 years of age, Algerian. Those things matter a little bit. Very aggressive centre forward. I love any centre forward with dribbling, finishing and first touch, all in that bright green colour. All wonderful stuff. Agility's really good too. One of the most, like, you could almost have him as, if he was heading and his jumping reach were better, it'd be a great complete forward, but as is, he's a wonderful advanced forward. At 20 will improve a little bit as well, and to have him at a team like 20 as well, he must be tearing out that division. I can already see he's got 3 in 3 starts in the Eredivisie, absolutely crushing it. Work rate is a little bit on the low side, but actually I don't mind that so much sometimes. If a player is stationary, sometimes a lower work rate can be handy, and if he's in the right position to finish, that's the bit that matters. His positioning of 5, though, not particularly good. More suited to defenders, though, but off the ball of 15 should cover him. Aggressive, brave, gets in the right areas, I would assume, and yeah, I'll give him a solid 7. Yeah, solid 7. He's also got beautiful eyes. Mysterious in some ways. Oh, yeah. I like that his player traits are runs with the ball down the left and attempts overhead kicks. Could do nothing else. That's his 2 signature moves. But 7. Solid 7.
I'll be honest, I love this guy too. Sala Alalu. I'll try and say it. Fine. Yeah, he's a good player. 7 I can vibe with. I'm actually going to give him an 8. I think he's the type of guy that can really, really take over a game, and I love that he's just got brass attributes. Excellent aggression and bravery, and he really sticks his nose into the business and gets it done. He gets it done with style with that technique rating. I love it.
Now then, Francesco DAngelo, 22-year-old Frenchman at Liverpool, and this man, to me, has it all, viewers. He can't jump very well, but apart from that, he doesn't need to. Low centre of gravity, viewers. 5'8", low centre of gravity. He can sit and protect that back 4 with everything he's worth. His heading could be slightly better, but again, at 5'8", you're not really expecting that. He's sort of a Mascherano-style player when Liverpool had him. Tackling, passing, positioning, vision, teamwork, decision-making's fantastic, anticipation, sublime, and then you've got 20 stamina. I mean, he'll go all day, this boy. He's loving it. Again, if you're going to use that out of context, then I really wish you wouldn't.
I mean, it's a compliment, technically, right? Like how I don't know.
He dictates the tempo, looks to pass rather than to score, and you've got to love that about him as well. This guy has got everything, almost. I'm going to say 9.5. I worry a little bit about certain things. Dribbling could be slightly better, composure could be slightly better, but all in all, this man has got talent. And it says there elite centre-back. I wouldn't play him at centre-back. Not a good enough heading for me. That deep line playmaker role, sat in front of a back line. Oh yes. And he's worked on that beard at 22. Should be proud of that. And I think he gets double points.
Those beards not as good as ours, of course. I like this guy a lot. I'm shocked after all that you said you didn't give him a 10. I'm actually going to go ahead and give him a 9 because I would play this guy at center back. I love playing with high lines. I think this guy fits in wonderfully as a ball-playing center back. My only issue with him going 9 instead of 10 is if I'm going to stick him at center back, that this guy is then not able to follow people defensively as well as he perhaps should. His work rate being low as it is, I don't think he has the ability to take advantage of his 20 stamina as much, but he's an athletic dynamo that has a ton of ability, and I really think this is the type of player with the kind of versatility. He could definitely play some fullback too, just missiling up and down the channel. Like, this guy will make a 25-man roster for any team in the world.
Next up, then, we have Abire, 21-year-old Brazilian. We like him. We like him a lot. Interestingly, though, as a striker, that's not necessarily where I'd play him. I could definitely see him in the shadow striker role, but at 21 to still only have 12 finishing, and to call yourself a striker, I'm not too sure. It says he's a perfectionist. Clearly not a perfectionist at finishing, my friend, with 12. And everything else, though, we're liking a lot. Physically, very, very good. You can look at those attributes. You've got to be loving them off the bat. And again, technically and mentally, he's got lots of things that you like. But again, really good dribbling, great first touch, decent passing ability, visions on the high side as well as his technique. I'd definitely have him maybe in behind the striker, feeding the striker, like your grandma used to do, or still does. I don't know.
She's Italian. You don't have to worry about that.
I just don't think he's got the killer instinct of a striker. He's scored 8 goals in 7 Europa League games, so maybe he has. He tries killer balls too often, which, I mean, don't we all, gang? Don't we all? It's probably at this point in the video that I should mention the fact that I feel like I look like Roger Federer, and then I just caught a glimpse of myself in the camera there. I look like Bam Margera from Jackass, don't I? Yep, yeah I do. Jackass. That's what Zealand would have said, obviously. That's not what I would have said. Abire, though, will go for... He's slightly better than the fellow we had earlier on, but I definitely think we need to retrain him as an attacking midfielder. And at 21, you're kind of running out of time a little bit. We'll go for a 7.5. I'm back with the 0.5s again, viewers. Beautifully well-rounded, but I'm looking for the creme de la creme here, viewers. You've got to impress me. And Zealand will give him an 8. I know he'll give him an 8. He loves technique, viewers. He loves technique.
First thing off the top, I actually am going to agree with Ben. This guy's not a striker. I know Ben pointed out he scored a lot of goals. That's just a side effect of him being really freaking good I think if you're talking about playing on the best team in the world, you want an advanced forward, and then me and my addiction to false nines, I'm false nining this guy. I think he can drop between the lines. I think maybe a Trequartista's direction that he could go. But this guy is a creative player, as somebody that can get the ball and make plays. He has the athleticism. He works hard enough. He can pass. And just his ability to control the ball on the spin is what makes him an amazing player. And he's not an idiot, which helps. He's a high-level IQ player, but he can't finish. I think finishing is an overrated attribute, personally, so play him at striker. What do I care?
And that brings me to my final player to rate, which is Thomas Matos, the Portuguese international. Not yet, soon to be, though, I'm sure. Now, he's got 2-star current ability if we care about the star ratings, and believe I watched Eden's video on them, so I gave them no credence anymore. Unless you get the right staff in, viewers. That's to be remembered. Fairly ambitious, and that kind of speaks of the card. Again, we're looking at these fantastic Wonderkids. We've seen 18-year-olds that are so far and away better than this. Of course, we love the marking, we love the tackling, we love the jumping reach, but the 11 heading, he's going to get up there, viewers, and then he's going to misplace the header, and we're going to be disappointed. We've seen the match engine in process, haven't we? So yeah, physically, he's okay, but there's so much room for improvement. And you've got to think with game time, he'd probably get that. The problem would be at Manchester United, he's not necessarily going to get it. He definitely needs low moves to Championship sides and lower league Premier League sides, or lower down Premier League sides. There's lots to work on. I mean, mentals, again, they're good without being great. And on a list like this, it's a 1. I'm saying it now. Look, he could improve. Again, show me him again in 5 years and we'll maybe reverse that rating. But for now, it's a 1. Is that too harsh?
Of course that's too harsh. The guy he's a solid, he's also 18. He's a solid center back at doing center back things. My issue with him is his mentals. I don't even think his mentals are good. I think that's a huge issue in his game. Like, he's able to do center back things. He's going to play as a central defender, not a ball player, because he sucks with the ball. But his mentals, like bravery, anticipation, aggression, all being 10, that's awful. Teamwork being 11, awful. Concentration, composure being 12, it's really bad for a center back. Even at this age, what do you think? You're going to improve 2 or 3? I mean, still get to 14, 15 and all of that stuff? That's the best you can do? Are you really going to be world class? I'm going to give the guy a 3.5. I need to have 1/2 in, right? Or did I do one before? Who knows? And if while you're watching this video, you're like, wow, both of these dudes are awesome. We both stream on Twitch. I do, and Benji does as well. Please check them both out. And obviously, Ben has a YouTube too. It'll all be linked down in the description all together, so come hang out with us, not just me. I mean, you can hang out with me, but us. All right, Ben, say your piece.
I do stream, I do YouTube every day as well, so come on over if you fancy it. He'll have probably put me in the top line of the description if he's... Am I? But this was good fun. Thank you for inviting me on, and maybe we'll do something like this all over again. Unless I continue to beat you in the Streamer Showdown and prove that these videos that you make, really, just a con, aren't they?
Little does he know, by the time this comes out, I will have beaten him again in the Streamer Showdown. Maybe. And this might age terribly, but it also could not. Do check out the description. I did put Ben first. He was awesome for coming on. Thank you so much to Ben. And I look forward to doing something like this again soon. If you guys liked it, let us know. See you down at all the links in the description on my stream. And then maybe you can go hang out on Ben's, you know, at some point. He just keeps talking. He just keeps talking, doesn't he, chat? He just keeps talking. He just keeps talking, chat. He just...